Dr. Rupa.
Air pollution recalls images of 1950s smog, or even those Far Eastern cities where they were into mask wearing long before we were. But this silent killer, does that come off my tongue? This silent killer is still very much with us, accounting for some 9,500 deaths per annum in the capital alone. And as has been mentioned, thanks to the tireless campaign of the family of the late Ella Kissy Deborah, it's been attributed for the first time ever on a death certificate. So how do we reverse the UK's long-standing, illegally high air pollution? Number one, stop Heathrow expansion. It's incompatible with the UK's net zero targets. Why add to what's already Europe's biggest CO2 emitter that is doing enormous damage to my constituent and my near neighbour from Twickenham in air pollution and noise pollution as well? We know that in the new normal we're going to do things differently, and Zoom works for business meetings. So why not save those air flights for sparingly used leisure travel? Charles de Gaulle Airport in France, that expansion has been stopped. We should do the same. Number two, stop new road building. It induces demand. Number three, stop lying to the public. VW emissions scandal, people who bought diesel cars, the list goes on. Number four, cycle to work needs an overhaul to include larger firms, to be genuine incentive, not just a faff, and children should be included in there too. Number five, more proper, dedicated, segregated, permanent cycle lanes, not the pop-up things that come and go and don't join up to anything else. Number six, re-examine low-traffic neighbourhoods to recognise that all streets matter. In my borough, we've got loads of them, and they're appearing seemingly every day. This weekend, there was a march of, the police say 2,500, other people have estimates either side, against these. And that just shows the danger of no pre-implementation consultation of very dramatic changes to people's lives. Because in our borough, every street is residential. And when you cut off sort of direct access to every side street and those ladder-type roads that join them, all the cumulative traffic goes on to main roads. People there always suffered unacceptably high air pollution. Now they're living in permanent traffic jams. So COVID has highlighted health inequality. Here we can see air quality as a social justice issue as well. And, you know, opening your windows in extreme heat, as we've seen in the last year, shouldn't be harmful to your health, especially when public health advice is to ventilate. So there needs to be consistency in the consultation of these. My borough is still unclear how it's going to be evaluated, whether it worked, and also whether you can go the most direct way in a car to your own property if you live in a zone. In the Hounslow bit of Chiswick, you can, and they're popular in Ealing, the opposite. Number seven, free public transport. My late parents used to be a two-car household, and it was freedom passes that did away with that. Number eight, more high-speed rail, although I have to say I do have issues with the HS2 company itself, but let's not get into that. That's a debate for another day. Number nine, more taxation on big businesses who are heavy road users and who use air freight. I'm thinking of the Amazons, people like that who pay, you know, less tax than you and I, Mrs. Murray, anyway, as it is. And number 10, as Bob Dylan did, let's go electric and encourage people to do the same in terms of home heating, cooking, cars, all of these things. And, you know, good things are happening. I don't want to be too negative. We have seen e-scooter trials. I think they're being rolled out all over the capital. In my honourable, I feel like calling her a friend, although we're in different parties, borough and mine and everyone else who's spoken in this debate, they're all friends. And it's funny how there's no one from the Conservative side in this debate at all, apart from the Minister, who is obliged to be here. Anyway, look, also other good things happening where London leads, everyone else follows. I know that they are doing city centre charging in Bath, in Bristol, in Bath, in Birmingham, in Newcastle, in Oxford, loads of places. So again, you know, London has set the template there. So, you know, we've seen in this last year that people are prepared to make behavioural change. in the face of a crisis. But, you know, we do need to be proportionate and realistic with these changes. And someone else, another big figure from the last year, George Floyd, let's not forget that his last words were, "I can't breathe," which also alludes to air quality issues. So let's not let his killing and Ella's death have been in vain. It's been a pleasure to serve under your chairmanship, Mrs. Murray. In London, the greatest city on earth, you know, clean air should be a right, not a privilege. Thank you.